Hi everybody. So right now I will introduce to you about King Long air conditioning electrical principle diagram. And in order to understand this diagram, you need to know we have three parts of this air conditioning system. The first part is the controller, the air conditioning controller. So this controller usually is behind to driver seats, driver operation area, instrument area. So later I will show you the picture. And the second part is for the generator. For this part is in engine compartment. So it's give our air conditioning system power supply. Okay, and so the third part is a roof on the roof of our buses. Is we have condensers here and we have a evaporator here. So we have three parts of this diagram. And later I will introduce one by one. So first is the controller. I will show you the picture. You can see here. Here is the connector. So in this connector we can turn on our AC system and choose the font speed and choose the temperature setting and see the information of our system. And so also the ventilator functions, such things. So this is the connector. So behind this connector we have three. Behind this controller we have three connector. So I will show you in this diagram. You can see the first connector XB1. Okay, you can see here XB1, and we have four pins for this connector XB1, and there are four different colors. One is red, blue, bond, and black. So we have four kind of color. I show you in the picture here. So all these four pins, four lines is in charge for different function. So for the normal, for the first one is the red one. This is for the power of the connector, the controller, and this one is the black one. Black one is for power supply, but is for the ground. So with these two lines, we can make sure our controller they can have the power supply. And for next, this blue one is for high pressures, pressure sensors. So we both know in our air conditioning system we have high pressure pipe and low pressure pipe. So this brown one is for low pressure sensor. So if any of these two high pressure or low pressure pipe, if the pressure sensor intact, the pressure sensor he get a signal that the pressure is abnormal, and he will go through by these two wires to our connector, to our controller, and tell to our controller that right now of my high pressures or low pressures pipe got a problem. We need to fix this problem. So these four pins and the function. God, I'm nervous. For the next is here we can see XB2. So for this XB2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins for our connector. So each pins get a different meaning. So you can see here. The first one, the sky blue. You can see here, sky blue. The second, green, pink, blue, yellow, purple. For the sky blue, is for the ventilator working. So it's make some fresh air for outside. Fresh air get inside to our buses to make fresh air inside. So you can see here this blue line is from here. Is from this power supply from here. So if the controller output a signal to activate this line, the power supply will go through here and go through the relay K2. Here we have a relay K2, so we can find the relay K2 here. Is connect these ventilations fund. The ventilation fund will working. We can see MF here. Fresh air motors option is depends our client request. If he want have this device, then we can install in our buses. If they don't need it, so uninstalled. So this is for the blue one, and for this, I'll show you the picture first. You can see here, like I said before, a blue one, why I can't write? Yeah, blue one, yellow, purple, white, pink, gray. So the second is this gray. His function is 10 ohm. The cooling system. So if our CPU, our controllers output a signal to here, you see, power supply from here go down and give here a ground signal. Then this relay will activate and will go through to K3, K4, K5, K6, K7. So we can find K3, K4, K5, K6, K7 here. So for K3 to K7 is the condenser's font. So he will bring the cooling air to inside our bus by this four font. So for K3 is the compressors working. So these compressors will make our air conditioning system have the high pressure fluent, low pressure fluent, and to go to the condensers. And for the pink one, we can see this pink one. Go down to here, go to here, go to here, to here, here. So you can see this generator, if this generator is working, it will output the power supply to our all the font, right? All the compressors, and this is the signal to our controller. Said right now my generator is working or not working. So our controller will know by this pin line, will know the generator is working or not. So for the blue one, yellow one, purple one, they have the same function. So same function, the meaning is they all in charge, they all control the evaporator working. The blue one is working slowly, you see, slow, and the yellow one is middle speed of the evaporator, and the purple one is high speed of evaporator working, for all these font working. So I will show you how this to control the evaporator working slowly, middle, and high. Okay, so by this, maybe I can change the color. By this, you can see here, CPU, the controller, give the ground signal here, and in upside we have a power supply here, and go through activities relate. This relate will go down, and activity is K0. We can see K0 is here. So if the K0 is connected, is activated, so then our generator will working. Then you can see here is power supply here. Go down to the font 1, evaporator font 1, and go down, go through to here is evaporator font 4, and here is the ground signal. And also we can find here Average from 2 and average from 5 to ground. And here we can see go down. So totally we have 6 pieces of average font is working, but each this is generator, so generator have ground, and here is 24-volt voltage for the first is average from 1 and average from 4 and to ground to connect here. So this 24 voltage will give this 12 voltage power supply, 12 voltage power supply for each font. So each font is working by 12 voltage. The same logic for this average font 2 and 5 and 3 and 6. So this is a low speed working. Okay, then how can this font change to middle speed? We can see here this is working. Power supply from here to here, and if we give this a ground signal from controller, then this power supply will activate and this relay will activate. So the yellow will activate and activate K21, K22, K23, K24. So all these 4 relay will activate. Then we can see here 22, 21 and 23, 24 will connect. So let's see what's going on if they connect. Let's connect. So we have power supply here, no problem. It's just go through the elevator from 1 and to the ground. And here also just go through, because this relay is connect, right? So he will go through the elevator 4 and to the ground. So what's the change? The change is the elevator 1, elevator 4. Before we give them 24 voltage, but each will only have 12 voltage. But right now, each font we have 24 for each font. So in these conditions, this font will, the speed will go high, working like a middle. So this is the principle of font speed change. The same logic for high speed is activate 31, 32. We can find 31, 32 here, so it will go down. So number 2 and number 5 will have the 24 voltage power supply. So they will rotate more faster. Okay, so I already introduced to you about this XB2 connector. We have 6 pin. One is for ventilation, one is for ventilators or fan working, one is for cooling fan, one is this 3 is for evaporator fan working, and this pink one is to make sure the situation of the generator. So we have 6 pin here. So for the last connector XB3 is more simple, more easy. Is the temperature sensor. And for this yellow-green one is for inside connector, and for these two green one is for default temperature sensors. So it will help our controller know what's the temperature right now. Is our cooling system working good or not? And also I show you the picture. Yeah, you can see here. Sorry. For this yellow and green one is for inside temperature, temperature sensor, and this 2 is for default temperature. And this brown one is connect to our connector. Is make the sensor is can deliver the signal to our connector. Okay, then basically we already show you all these diagrams, logic, and for all this is the fuse. So this is the connector. This is the generation generator here, and for here is condensers front and evaporator front. So we have 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. That's all. Okay. If you have any questions, you can contact me, and we will together figure out and show you some picture here. So this is the connection of our connector behind it. So you can see this. For this 6 pin, you can see low, high, middle, height is for every font. Okay, for this one is for ventilation, one is for compressors working, one is to detect the alternator, the generator is working or not. And for this 4 pin, power supply is ground and power, and high pressure sensors, low pressure sensors, and for these sensors is inside the bus inside our bus's temperature sensor, and defaulting sensor 1, defaulting sensor 2, this is come is make sure this signal will go back to our controller. Okay, so that's all. That's it.